the fisheries. That business will be transacted once the members have dispensed with the businesses that preceded. Now, the principal object of this bill is to provide for a comprehensive legislative framework for the development, governance, and investments of the oceans and fisheries resources in line with the national development policy objectives envisaged in the Vision 2030. It is aligned to international and regional instruments governing global fisheries and the relevant national laws. If you're just joining us, these are live pictures from the National Assembly chambers.
Honorable members, let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, who you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Yeah, I order the bell to be rung for 10 minutes for the house to be quorate.
Good afternoon. If you're just joining us, these are live pictures from the National Assembly chambers. The House lacks requisite quorum to proceed or begin business. So the quorum bell is currently ringing. And as we wait for the House to achieve quorum, we'll continue to take a look at the order of business this afternoon. The Chairperson, Public Petitions Committee, will move a motion on the consideration of a petition regarding delay in resettlement of squatters under the Chepkumia Land Exchange. The Chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee, will move a motion on the 10th report of the audited accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for the financial years 2016 to 2017 to 2021, 2022. The Chairperson, Public Investment Committee on Governance and Education, will move a motion on the 5th report on the audited accounts of various state corporations Western Region for the financial years 2018-2019 to 2020-2021. The chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee, will also move a motion on the 11th report on the audited accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for the financial years 2016-2017 to 2021-2022. The chairperson, Public Investments Committee on Governance and Education, will move a motion on the 7th report on the audited accounts of various state corporations for the financial years 2018, 2019 to 2020, 2021. And thereafter, the chairperson, Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock, will move a motion on inquiry into the pricing of tea in Kenya. The motion on the report of the Kenya delegation to the 149th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union and related meetings will be moved by the member or member of the delegation, and the report of the Kenya delegation to the 150th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union and related meetings will also be moved by a member of the delegation. This is according to the order of business this afternoon. There on your screen, the Member of Parliament for Semi constituency, Honorable Dr. James Nyikal, has walked into the chamber. Honorable David Gikaria is taking his seat, and more members are walking into the chambers to enable business of the National Assembly to begin. The number required is 50. Until that number is attained, then the quorum bell will continue to ring. It is notified that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44, Part 2C, the following statement will be responded to. The issuance of work permit to foreign nationals. The member, Honorable Joshua Kandie, the Member of Parliament for Baringo Central, had requested this statement, and it was delegated to the Administration and Internal Security Committee that will issue the response this afternoon. Response at order number 7 on statements. It is also notified that pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 42A, Part 6B, the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs will, in plenary on Wednesday afternoon, that is on April 1st, 2026, will provide reports on the status of implementation of the Interagency Technical Committee report on the review of designated hardship areas and payment of hardship allowance in the public service, and also the recruitment of Kenyans into foreign armies, particularly in the Russia-Ukraine war, and also respond to questions by the Honorable Member for Embakasi West and Honorable Member for Funyula. The Honorable Member for Embakasi West will be asking the Cabinet Secretary on the measures put in place to mitigate effects of flooding in the county of Nairobi. And the Member of Parliament for Funyula, Honorable Dr. Ojambo Undo, will be seeking answers to the operationalization of the Mulwanda border crossing point in Funyula. That business will take place tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday, 1st of April 2026, where the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs will, in plenary on Wednesday, provide reports on some of the concerns that have been raised in the country, among them the recruitment of Kenyans into foreign armies, particularly in the Russia Russia-Ukraine war, and also the status of implementation of the Interagency Technical Committee report on the review of designated hardship areas and payment of hardship allowance in the public service. What you are seeing on what you saw on your screen earlier was the Sergeant at Arms taking account of every member who walks into the chamber. The white paper that she is holding with a pen is necessary in counting the exact number of members who walk into the chambers, so that the House does not find itself in an awkward position. It is in keeping with the standing orders of the National Assembly that the number required for business to begin is 50 members. And what you cannot see on the screen is the mobilization, or in parliamentary terms, the whipping of members, at least not quite literally, the whipping of the members or the mobilization of members who are within the precincts of parliament to come and take their seats and allow the business of the National Assembly to commence this afternoon. Quite a number of businesses to be transacted by the members of parliament. And for that,
So members, the bell will be rung for another 10 minutes to allow all the members to come in.
It means that the quorum wasn't achieved during the first period of 10 minutes. So the bell will continue ringing to allow members who are within the precincts of parliament to take their rightful seats. There on your screen, the leader of the majority party has stepped into the chambers with quite a number of members of parliament.
Order, honorable members, take your seats. Take your seats. It is confirmed we now have quorum and can start House business.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable Paul Biego, take your seat. Order, honorable members. Majority Leader. Let the honorable members standing there take their seats. You may take the nearest seat. Your honorable members, I wish to introduce to you a delegation from the House of Commons, Parliament of the United Kingdom. The delegation comprises of the following 2 members who serve in the United Kingdom All-Party Parliamentary Group, APPG, on disability, who are seated in the Speaker's row. Number 1, the Honorable Marsha D. Cordova, MP, Chairperson and leader of the delegation. And number 2, the Honorable Shokat Adam, MP. Honorable members, the delegation, which is accompanied by one member of staff, is in the country to exchange best practices and share experiences with the Departmental Committee on Social Protection on the development of inclusive policies across all areas of life. Honorable members, on my own behalf and on that of the National Assembly, I welcome them to Parliament and wish them fruitful engagements during their stay in the country. I thank you. Yeah, honorable members, let me also recognize the following schools and institutions visiting the National Assembly in the Speaker's Gallery and in the public gallery. In the Speaker's Gallery, we have Siakago Girls High School from Bere North constituency in Embu County. In the Speaker's Gallery, we also have Thika Road Christian High from Kasarani constituency in Nairobi County. And then in the public gallery, we have three institutions. One is Katangari Primary School from South Imenti constituency in Meru County. And then Spagion's School from Kibra constituency, Nairobi City County. And then we have Santa Ana Calm Water Academy, Ruiru constituency, Kiambu County. All those students are welcome to this House of Parliament to observe the proceedings of the House. We call the next order. Honorable Sarah Polata Korere, what is out of order?
Thank you, Speaker.
What is out of order?
Speaker, I raise on a point of order in regards to a matter that came up to this House sometimes back regarding the conduct of the Honorable Member for Kitutu Chache constituency. And Mr. Speaker, I raise on a point of order pursuant to the provision of Standing Orders 1081 of the National Assembly Standing Orders. I raise to invite the House to name Honorable Member for Kitutu Chache constituency for grossly disorderly conduct. Honorable Speaker, as I recall, after being moved by this House, the Honorable Speaker directed that the member be excluded from the precincts of Parliament until he submits an appropriately worded apology to the House. Speaker, I have seen the Honorable Member within the precincts of Parliament, yet I have not seen, heard, or read any of such apology being given. Speaker, understanding Order 107A1A of the National Assembly Standing Orders, defying the ruling or direction of the Speaker and the House constitutes gross disorderly conduct. The member's presence within the precincts of Parliament without any evidence of the apology is grossly disorderly and a mockery of the House. I therefore urge that the member be named for gross disorderly conduct. And Mr. Speaker, to protect this House, the sanctity and the integrity of this House, Speaker, this House, every member has got an opportunity to raise whatever, including a vote of no confidence to the Speaker himself here. And Mr. Speaker, when we make it our habit to go to the funerals, to malign our own selves, to malign this House, to malign the Speaker, Mr. Speaker, sir, it becomes a gross misconduct on the members who do that. And I wish at this point, something should be done to rein on such members who are actually going out of there when they have every opportunity in this House to raise whatever grievances, to raise whatever they want to raise, to name and shame whoever they want to, including the speaker. They have made it their habit to go to media houses, to go to funerals, to go to churches. You know that others go and allege that members in this house are being corrupted, they are being bought, I don't know by what. And Mr. Speaker, when they do that, they don't just malign certain people, but they align the integrity of this house. So, Mr. Speaker, upon this, I call the House to name the member for gross misconduct. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Sarah Polata Korere, the decision whether or not a member is named is not for the House, but is for me as Speaker now. And so pursuant to Standing Order number 108, subsection 1, I name the Honorable Kibagendi for gross disorderly conduct. Is Honorable Kibagendi in the house? Yeah, I can see Honorable Kibagendi. I so name you. And if there is any member who would like to move under the standing order, I will grant the permission. Is there any member who wants to move under? Yes, the majority leader.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 108-2, to move that notwithstanding the provision of Standing Order 110.
The Honorable Karoli Omondi, can you do it the way we normally do? I'm not seeing you on the interventions. Please do. I'm seeing your card on the requests for communication. Yeah, can you make your appropriate interventions, please? Yes, Honorable Karoli Omondi, now you've requested for an intervention. Please proceed. What is out of order? Would you give Honorable Karoli Omondi the microphone?
Honorable Speaker, I rise under Standing Order 89 to inquire whether it is in order for this House to debate a matter that is active and live in the courts of law, and which the courts have already pronounced themselves. And even to go further and ask whether we have the correct interpretations of Powers and Privileges Act, whether the powers of the Speaker extends out of this House on the utterances of members. These are fundamental and core constitutional questions that we must answer before we proceed. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, the Speaker is not aware of that court matter you are speaking about. The Speaker is also not aware of the orders, if any, issued in that matter. And the Speaker is not aware of whether or not that matter is active. In any event, as per precedent and the rulings given even by the courts before, the courts have no jurisdiction to stop the House from transacting business. So we will proceed. Honorable Ichung'wah.
Honorable Speaker, stand informed, Honorable Speaker, and I want to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 108-2, I beg to move that also notwithstanding the provisions of Standing Order 110, the Honorable Kibagendi be suspended from the House, the service of the House, for a period of 14 days. Honorable Speaker, I move this motion in the best interest of the dignity of each and every member of this House. Because as Honorable Sarah Korere has said, it has become customary for some of us to appear in media stations, funerals, and elsewhere, make very disparaging remarks against either fellow members or against the House. But what I, Honorable Speaker, and I am on record in this House, since I joined this House 13 years ago, to be a stickler of our rules and procedures. Because we must protect, and we must be the first people to protect the dignity of this house. When you disparage a whole institution because of cheap politics, Honorable Speaker, it's not fair for high-ranking members like the Honorable Karoli Omondi and others. You know, Karoli Omondi is a very good lawyer. And he knows you'd also not want to be associated with an undignified house. And therefore, I want to beg, Honorable Speaker, that we name the Honorable Anthony Kibagendi so that we protect the dignity of all of us collectively, and more importantly, the institution of Parliament. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move, and I want to request the Honorable Marianne Ketanyi to second.
Honorable Speaker, as I stand to second, I think it is important that we all agree that the dignity of this house is far more important, and it is for all of us. There are 349 members seated inside here. It is not one member. And therefore, while we are carrying ourselves around, we need to consider the dignity and integrity of 349 members that sit inside this house that represent a whole population that are out there. I stand to second. Thank you.
Yeah, honorable members, I beg you look at the provisions of Standing Order number 108. No debate is allowed on such a motion. It cannot be, adjourned. In fact, let me read it to you for those who have not looked at it. That if the breach has been committed by such a member in the House, a motion shall be made by any other member present that such member, whose name shall be provided, be suspended from the service of the House. And the Speaker shall forthwith put the question thereon, no amendment, no adjournment, no debate being allowed. That is the provision of your standing orders. And so let me put the question. Honorable Cliff Gisario, it is also disorderly conduct to raise unnecessary points of order, and more so when the Speaker is on his feet. Yes. So, honorable members, it is for you to decide. And this has nothing to remove, or with the removal of Honorable Anthony Kibagendi from his seat as MP for the good people of Kenya he represents. It is strictly a matter of, privilege, and a matter falling under the provisions of Standing Order number 108. Now, honorable members, I put the question that the Honorable Anthony Kibagendi be suspended from the service of the House for a period of 14 days from today. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Yes, sir. Honorable Kibagendi? You have been suspended from the service of the House for 14 days, beginning the time the House made the decision. I know you will disobey. You will obey the order. Honorable Kibagendi, you will leave the House. You are for now a stranger in the House. Please leave. Take leave. Next order. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Yeah, let the members who are standing take their seats. Honorable Catherine Omanyo, the Secretary General of the ODM Party. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 41, subsection 4, I wish to report to the House that I have received 4 messages from the Senate regarding its consideration of 3 Senate bills and 1 National Assembly bill. Honorable members, the messages convey that on 3rd March 2026, the Senate considered and passed 3 Senate bills with amendments. The first message is on the County Government's Election Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 2 of 2024, which seeks to amend the Elections Act, Chapter 7, and the County Governments Act, Chapter 265, to provide for nomination of members of a county assembly to represent marginalized groups. The second message is on the Tobacco Control Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 35 of 2024, which seeks to amend the Tobacco Control Act, Chapter 245A, to regulate electronic nicotine delivery systems, including electronic cigarettes and related products. The third message is on the Labor Migration and Management number 2 bill, Senate Bill number 42 of 2024, which seeks to provide for the regulation of private. Honorable Carolium. I will read that again. The third message is on the Labor Migration and Management number 2 bill, Senate Bill number 42 of 2024, which seeks to provide for the regulation of private employment agencies and the recruitment of workers within and outside Kenya, including safeguarding the rights and welfare of job seekers and migrant workers. Honorable members, having passed the said bills, the Senate now seeks the concurrence of the National Assembly pursuant to the provisions of Article 110, Sub-Article 4 of the Constitution. Honorable members, you will note that the standing orders require the Speaker to cause a bill received from the Senate to be read a first time upon conveyance of its message to the House. In view of this, I direct the clerk to schedule the 3 Senate bills. Thereafter, the bills will stand committed to the following committees for consideration. Number 1, the County Government Election Laws Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 2 of 2024, to the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs. Number 2, the Tobacco Control Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 35 of 2024, to the Departmental Committee on Health. And number 3, the Labor Migration and Management number 2 bill, Senate Bill number 42 of 2024, to the Departmental Committee on Labor. Honorable members, the message with respect to the Tobacco Control Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 35 of 2024, further conveys the nomination of honorable members of this House to co-sponsor the bill to the National Assembly. The message conveys that the sponsor of the bill, Senator Catherine Muma MP, has designated the Honorable Millie Odhiambo Mabona, CBS MP, member for Suba North constituency, and the Honorable Samuel Atandi, CBS MP, member for Alego Usonga constituency, as the co-sponsors of the bill in the National Assembly. In this regard, the 2 members will marshal the consideration of the said bill in the National Assembly. Honorable members, the 4th message conveys that on 3rd March 2026, the Senate considered and passed the Public Finance Management number 4 bill, National Assembly Bill number 45 of 2024, with amendments. The message further conveys that in passing the said bill, the Senate incorporated the provisions of the Public Finance Management Amendment number 2 bill, National Assembly Bill number 26 of 2024, and the Public Finance Management Amendment number 3 bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2024. Honorable members, you may recall that this House passed the Public Finance Management Amendment number 3 bill 2024 and the Public Finance Management Amendment number 4 bill 2024 on 28th November 2024, and the Public Finance Management Amendment number 2 bill 2024 on 14th March 2025, respectively. Thereafter, I referred the 3 bills to the Senate for consideration pursuant to the provisions of Article 110, Sub-Article 4 of the Constitution. The Senate has now referred the bills back for reconsideration pursuant to Article 112, Sub-Article 1B of the Constitution. The National Assembly is therefore required to consider the Senate amendments to the Public Finance Amendment Number 4 Bill, National Assembly Bill Number 45 of 2024, as consolidated with the other two related bills. Honorable members, the decision by the Senate to consolidate the three bills was informed by an observation that the bills deal with related matters. In this regard, the leadership of both houses agreed to consolidate the three bills for purposes of legislative efficiency. Honorable members, I therefore refer the schedule of Senate amendments to the Public Finance Management Amendment Number 4 Bill, National Assembly Bill Number 45 of 2024, to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning for consideration. Honorable members, to facilitate the consideration of the Senate amendments to the said bill, the clerk is directed to circulate the scheduled amendments to all members and the relevant committees as required by the standing orders. The committees to which the four bills have been referred are encouraged to prioritize their consideration and submit reports as soon as practicable to enable the House to proceed with the next steps. The House is accordingly guided. I thank you. Next order.
Next order. Order, members, take your seats. Members on their feet, take your seats. Honorable members, I've got two further communications to make. The first one is on the demise of the member for Kalau constituency, the late Honorable David Njuguna Kiarao, and former Senator for Kirinyaga, the late Honorable Daniel Karaba. Honorable members, as I welcome you back from the short recess, you may recall that on Sunday, 29th March 2026, I notified you and the general public of the untimely demise of the member for Kalau constituency, the late Honorable David Njuguna Kiarao, MP, who passed away earlier that morning while receiving treatment at the Nairobi hospital. The demise of the Honorable Kiarao brought loss of a dedicated legislator, a distinguished professional, and a committed servant of the people of Nyandarua County and the nation at large. The late Honorable Kiarao was born on 2nd October 1963 in Olkalau, Nyandarua County. He began his education at Munyeki Primary School before proceeding to the Alliance High School for his O-level studies. In 1982, he joined the Nairobi School for his A-levels, where he continued to excel academically. In 1985, he was admitted to the University of Nairobi for a bachelor's degree in architecture, after which he established a distinguished career in the field. The late member served as principal architect at Archgrid Systems, in which role he built a strong professional foundation in infrastructure development and the built environment, contributing to numerous projects that shaped both public and private spaces. Honorable members, the late Honorable David Kiarao joined elective politics in 2013 when he was elected as the member for all Kalau constituency. He was subsequently re-elected during the 2017 and 2022 general elections. Throughout his three-term tenure, he served with dedication as a member of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure and the Procedure and House Rules Committee. As a member of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure, he played a pivotal role in the processing of legislation aimed at safeguarding road reserves, as well as in the development of frameworks to facilitate the establishment of pedestrian walkways and infrastructure for non-motorized transport. Honorable members, over his years of service in Parliament, the late Honorable Kiaraho has maintained a close connection with the people of Olkalou, serving them with dedication and passion. He was a steadfast advocate for the advancement of education, demonstrated by, among other things, the provision of school buses to various institutions and ensuring proper oversight, timely disbursement of bursaries to deserving students in Olkalou constituency. The late Honorable Kiarao demonstrated a strong commitment to community welfare through active engagement in key development initiatives, including the promotion of universal health care, enhancement of agricultural productivity, support for affordable housing, upgrading of roads, expansion of electricity and water connectivity, and spearheading infrastructure developments at the JM Kariuki Referral Hospital and Nyandarua University College. In his demise, the institution of parliament, the people of Olkalou, and indeed the whole nation has lost a devoted legislator, a servant of the people, and a committed advocate of justice. Honorable members, in order to accord a befitting send-off to our departed colleague, and in line with the PSC bereavement policy, I have appointed an ad hoc committee of the Parliamentary Funeral Planning Committee to coordinate the funeral arrangements. The committee will comprise the following members of Parliament: Honorable Kwenya Thuku MP, Chairperson and Team Leader; Honorable Faith Gitau, CBS MP, Vice Chairperson; the Honorable Musa Sirma, EGH MP; the Honorable Gabriel Tongoyo, CBS MP; the Honorable Hai Kamiziki, CBS MP; the Honorable John Kiraku, CBS MP; the Honorable Eve Obara, CBS MP; the Honorable Marian Kitanyi, MP; Senator Tabitha Karanja Keroche, MP; Senator Wahome Wamatinga, MP; and Senator Betty Montet, MP. In addition, a family representative will be co-opted onto the committee. Honorable members, to celebrate the life and legacy of the late Kiarao, a requiem service will be held on Tuesday, 7th April 2026 at Olkalou Stadium, Nyandarua County. The funeral service will thereafter take place at PCEA St. Andrew's Church, Nairobi, followed by interment at his family farm in Tigoni, Kiambu County on Friday, 10th April 2026. Honorable members, I also wish to report to the House the demise of the late former Senator for Kirinyaga County, Senator Daniel Karaba, who passed away on 23rd March 2026. The Honorable Karaba was born on 22nd June 1948 in Kirinyaga County. He had a distinguished career in the teaching profession, serving as a principal in several institutions and as the chairperson of the Kenya Secondary Schools Heads Association from 1984 to 1998. In 2002, the late Senator Karaba ventured into elective politics and got elected into the 9th Parliament as the member for the then Kerugoya Kutus constituency, currently Kirinyaga Central constituency. He served as the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education, Research and Technology, and spearheaded the development of education policies, including the Early Childhood Development Education, ECD policy. In 2013, the late Honorable Karaba successfully vied for and was elected as the first senator for Kirinyaga County in the 11th Parliament, a position in which he served until 2017, during which time he served as the chairperson of the Senate Standing Committee on Education. The late Senator Karaba retired from active politics in 2022, but remained a respected elder and source of counsel to many within his community and beyond. The late Senator Karaba will be laid to rest tomorrow, Wednesday, 1st April 2026, at his home in Kirinyaga. Honorable members, on another sad note, I wish to inform the House that I've received news on the passing on of Mama Dorothy Baya Mweri. Order. Order. Mama Dorothy Baya Mweri, the beloved mother of the deputy leader of the majority party and member for Kilifi North, the Honorable Owen Baya, CBS MP, on the evening of 30th March 2026. Her departure is a profound loss not only to her family, but also to all who are touched by her grace, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to community. In this moment of sorrow, we stand in solidarity with the deputy leader and the family, offering our support and prayers as they navigate this difficult time. May her memory be a lasting blessing, and may the family find strength, comfort, and peace in the legacy of love and dignity she leaves behind. Honorable members, on behalf of the House, the Parliamentary Service Commission, and indeed on my own behalf, I convey our heartfelt condolences to the families, relatives, and friends of our colleagues and Mama Dorothy Baya. In honor of the departed colleagues, the Honorable Njuguna Kiarao, MP, and Daniel Karaba, and Mama Dorothy Baya, I request that we be upstanding and observe a moment of silence. May their souls rest in eternal peace. Amen. Thank you. Honorable members, on the departure of Honorable Kiarao and Karaba and Mama Baya, after we dispose of the business at order number 8, I'll give members about 30 to 40 minutes to record your condolences and eulogize the departed colleagues. My other communication is on the purported changes to House leadership. Honorable members, I would ordinarily not have made this short communication, save that it has attracted a lot of media publicity and debate, and it's good that the House is notified accordingly. I wish to convey to the House that my office received a letter dated 9th March 2026, purportedly from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party. On the face of it, the letter is purportedly signed by my good friend, the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, Senior Counsel EGH, as the leader of the party, and seeks to appoint the member for Suba South, the Honorable Karole Omondi, to the position of leader of Coalition Party Parliamentary Group. A cursory review of the document casts serious doubt as to its authenticity. First, it does not bear the original signature of its purported author and is littered with several grammatical and topographical errors, including the duplication of one of the names of its purported author. Specifically, the document is signed by His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka. We don't know of anybody called Kalonzo Musyoka in this country. We know Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Secondly, and most importantly, the letter lacks any forwarding address to which any exchange of correspondence, including seeking of clarification or making a response, may be directed. In this regard, as your speaker, I highly doubt that the letter originated from an office of the stature of our retired Vice President, which is an office established in law and fully funded and capacitated under the auspices of the Retirement Benefits Deputy President and Designated State Officers Act, Cap. 197B. There being no address to which a clarification may be sought or a reply directed, and noting that information of purported changes to the leadership of the minority has been circulated in the public domain, I wish to clarify for the benefit of the House and the public record that one, the position of leader of coalition party parliamentary group does not exist in the Constitution, statute law, or our standing orders. This therefore means that the latter has purportedly appointed the member for Super South, a respected lawyer to a position which is not recognizable in law. The Speaker and the House are unable to process any claim or request contained in the letter, as the same is made outside the provisions of the Constitution and the standing orders. The House is accordingly guided. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I raise on a point of order, Honorable Speaker. I know this matter is not is a communication not for debate, but maybe just because you have alluded to the fact that that letter purported to come from a Mr. Kalonzo does not have an addressee to return a reply to, but probably now that you have raised it, Honorable Speaker, may I also take this opportunity to advise the Wiper leader, the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, not this Kalonzo who has written this letter, but the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, our former Vice President, that it is in the best interest of the Wiper Democratic Movement Party that the leadership of the Azimio coalition remains as it is today. For reasons, Honorable Speaker, that when we finished our elections in 2022, the numbers in this House were not as they are today. UDA has just acquired an additional seats that we never held. The seat in Bere North, the seat in Honorable Turbi's seat in Isiolo. ODM has maintained their numbers, Honorable Speaker. As chair of the selections committee, Honorable Speaker, I would beg to advise the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka that it would not be in the best interest of his political party, the Wiper Democratic Movement, in terms of how members of Wiper sit in committees. And more importantly, Honorable Speaker, it will not be in the interest of the deputy leader of the minority, the Honorable Robert Mbui, to open that war of purported changes. And I would draw reference, Honorable Speaker, to your own case when you are the leader of minority in the Senate. And when other parties purported to have left, that time I think it was the NASA coalition, ODM, which then was said to be the biggest party, south of the Sahara, north of the Limpopo, asserted that they were indeed the minority party in the House. Honorable Speaker, none other than you yourself lost your position as the leader of minority in the Senate. Therefore, that's why, Honorable Speaker, I've taken liberty to also offer free and unsolicited advice to my friend, my brother, my co-chair in ADCO, the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka. Please, do not listen to those who are misadvising you. Because I also saw him say something on Citizen TV the other day, and I said, oh, my brother Kalonzo, how I wish you knew the truth, that you will get very lost if you listen to those others who are advising you, and especially the hate mongers that are purport to be misadvising Kalonzo in the disunited opposition, Honorable Speaker. I beg to just say that, Honorable Speaker, in the interest of my brothers and colleagues who were elected on Wiper, because we have very many good friends, would hate to see, for instance, the input of the Honorable Makali Mulu in committees that he serves, like the Public and Debt Committee, the Honorable Mwashako, and many other good Wiper leaders, the Honorable Mboni, who is a very diligent member of the Finance and National Planning Committee. but they are bound to lose many of these slots. And I say that, Honorable Speaker, emphatically as the chair of the selections committee. It is not in the best interest of Wiper to even imagine that they can advance a war that they can never win, just like I can never win any election, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Yes, Kainan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I know my good friend, the Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, has offered an unsolicited advice to the leadership and the membership of WIBA. But Mr. Speaker, politics is so dynamic. I am a member of Jubilee. You know the membership of this house. We must face the realities. And I don't know whether Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, I want him just to listen to this as the chair of
Kimani Ichung'wah.
I want you to
Kainan
listen
is
to this.
begging that you listen to him.
I do agree with you. Since 2022, so many things have changed. All of us here are practicing politicians. The leadership, we have offered unsolicited advice to the leadership of WIBA in general and the members of WIBA in this house. I have been elected on Jubilee. Mr. Speaker, you know, taking into account the numbers, if you calculate, UDA is #1, followed by ODM. The third party is Jubilee. We were shortchanged, and Mr. Speaker, I'm on record to have complained to you. We wrote to you. We were shortchanged. All our slots, courtesy of the political gerrymandering that took place immediately after the election, we lost, or our members lost some of the key slots that they ought to have occupied. So I will disagree with Honorable Kimani. That unsolicited advice is not granted. The truth of the matter is, I was the national deputy chairman of Azimio. Azimio is
Yes,
dead.
Wanjala, what is the point of order?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you have just told the House that the letter before you, you even doubt it. You don't know even, there is nobody called Kalonzo. Why wasting precious time for this parliament to debate serious things? And then some people are forcing us to concentrate on debating the letter that is fake. Already the letter has been discredited by the speaker. We even ignored it. Why don't we concentrate on serious issues?
You have a
that this
point.
House needs to
Let
debate?
him finish, then we move on.
Mr. Speaker, you know, you have been around and I have been around. At times we say power is transient. Power is sweet. I want the chairman of the selection committee to listen to this, because you presided over an illegality that should change the membership of Jubilee, and this must be put on record.
Thank you. You've made your point.
No, Mr. Speaker, one more, slightly. The point is this. The leadership of, purported leadership of Azimio have made a decision that does not warrant anything. It is good we allow them to go with what they want. Let ODM claim their rightful position of being the official opposition, and Jubilee takes its rightful position. And that's what we are trying to stop. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, if they bring their communication through the right channel, I want to beseech you. Just like it happened to you, you know the structure. We're in NASA together, we were in the same party together. You know what happened to you. And that procedure must be allowed, and we, as the members of Jubilee, we are ready to reclaim our positions and function in accordance with the House rules, Mr. Speaker. I
Point
beg.
noted. Point noted. Honorable members, I have been advised that the requiem mass for the Honorable Kiarao will be on Wednesday, the 8th, and not Tuesday, the 7th of April, same venue, Olkalau Stadium. Honorable members, allow me to acknowledge the following schools in the Speaker's Gallery: the Eagles Way Schools, Utawala, Nairobi; Mutomoni Secondary School from Tinderet, Nandi; Kumuni Secondary School from Tinderet, Nandi. In the public gallery, we have Dawamo Leadership Academy from Kajiado West, Kajiado. And also in the speakers gallery, I wish to acknowledge and welcome 65 students from the Little Mr. and Miss Africa Fraternity, the International School of Modeling, who are seated in the speakers gallery. The students drawn from 15 African countries are on a visit to the National Assembly to learn more about leadership, democracy, and civic responsibility. On my behalf, and on behalf of the House, I welcome all the students to the House of Parliament and wish them a good stay. I've been requested by the Honorable Meli to take a minute to welcome a school from his constituency. It's from Tinderet, yes.
Thank
Two
you.
schools.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I take this opportunity to welcome all students as Chair of Education and as a leadership of this House. I want to welcome them to the National Assembly, which is one of the three arms of government. And it is in this House that laws of the land are made. It is in this House that we also do what we call, we actually make our budget, and more importantly, it is also in this House that the regulations and statutes of the land are made. I want to put special recognition to all the students, for you have come to know that the leaders who are seated here, members of parliament, were once students. So it is an opportunity for you to know that you can as well rise up the ladder from being a student all the way to be a member of parliament and even to be a speaker of the House. And more importantly, you can be the president. The schools of Mutumon and Kamuny Secondary School, honorable members, are from Tinderet constituency. They are top performers of KCSE 2025. And I took it upon myself to flow them all the way from Kisumu up here as a motivation to the students of this country and of our county and of Kenya to know that if you are a good performer, you will be recognized not only for excellent results, but also by sitting with the elders who are in this House today. I thank you, and I want to say that this is a very good learning environment for our schools. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lea Sangaire. 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to welcome the students that have come to Parliament today, especially students from Dawamo Academy from Kajiado West. I want to congratulate you and I want to welcome you here in Parliament. Dawamo Academy is one of the best schools, private schools that we have in Kajiado West, and I want to welcome you here in Parliament. I want to encourage all students here that Parliament is a good place that we legislate on policies, and I want to encourage you to continue studying hard, continue working hard, continue with the focus that you have already, because the sky is not the limit for every one of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Lea. Next order. Order number 8.
Order number 8, motion, consideration of session paper number 3 of 2025 on partial diversity in Safaricom PLC by the government of Kenya. Mover to reply.
Majority Leader. Where is
Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Kaluma has been designated by the chair to reply on this.
Kaluma?
He's a member of the Finance and National Planning Committee.
Peter Kaluma.
Yeah, I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me start by thanking your office and the office of the clerk for the support the committee was accorded when it was undertaking public participation in this matter. Honorable Speaker, this is one matter which has gone through very detailed public participation For a whole 2 weeks, Honorable
Yes.
Speaker.
Yes, Carol Omondi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise under Standing Order 89 to inquire whether it is in order for this matter to proceed when we are aware that there's a pending court case, case number HCC HRPET stroke E051 of 2026, where the court consolidated 3 petitions and noted that the petitions raised substantial questions of law and core constitutional questions, and the issues raised were weighty and transcendent, and ordered that in a balance of justice, it granted immediate conservatory orders stopping the process of divestiture of Safaricom. Is it in order for us to debate this matter while this matter, the court cases are still active? And if we do, could we get an undertaking from the government that it will not proceed with the divestiture process until the cases are heard and determined so as to save the substratum of the petition? Thank you.
Honorable Carole Omondi, you know, if you looked at those papers properly, Parliament is not a party to those proceedings. That's number one. Number two, the orders given, if they are authentic, are not directed at Parliament, neither do they affect Parliament. Number three, this House has constitutional responsibility to transact all business before it. Whoever wants to challenge can wait for the outcome and go to court. That is the Constitution and that is the law. Nobody can injunct Parliament from its discharging its legislative mandate. But anybody, including yourself, can go to court and challenge what Parliament has passed. Number four, the conclusion of this debate is not a divestiture in itself. The divestiture will be done out there. Parliament has no capacity to carry out divestiture of any investment in any public entity. Once we give authority, those who want to stop it can do it out there, and the process will take place outside Parliament. So this matter is properly before the House, and Kaluma, you may proceed to reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable
Yes,
Speaker.
Caroli, what is it?
Does clearly state that we are precluded from discussing such a matter. That is what I was raising. And for the benefit of the House, I'm here ready to table both the court ruling and the court orders so that the House is seized of what the court decided. I don't think we operate outside the rule of law.
Kaluma,
Because our own standing order says.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes,
I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Hold
Honorable
on.
Speaker, it is not for you to explain the
Kaluma,
law.
hold on. Yes, Ichungwa.
Honorable Speaker, you know, Honorable Carole Omondi, you did allude earlier that he's a lawyer of high repute.
Actually, it's not an allusion. He is a lawyer.
I heard it from you, Honorable Speaker, because there is nothing that he has ever done that exhibited that he has any legal background in his transactions in the House, Honorable Speaker. So I only heard it from you this afternoon because his reading of Standing Order 89 is very selective. And I would just invite him to read subs 89, 4, and 5, Honorable Speaker. But more importantly, Honorable Speaker, on the matter that he's raising, you have clearly said that the House was not party to this matter in court. Two, Honorable Speaker, the court had the choice to injunct the House if they had those powers. The court chose not to. Two, the Honorable Carole Omondi, who is now claiming, and that is why I doubt whether he's actually a lawyer, because the Honorable Carole Omondi actually participated in this debate. And is actually confirming he participated to oppose. Opposing is part of the participation of the debate. Therefore, Carole Omondi should have raised that matter at the point when he was debating and even exclude himself from debate, Honorable Speaker. And I want to agree with you, the Honorable Kaluma should proceed and reply. You are not a lawyer.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there was an intervention and I was thanking you for the adequate public participation.
Oh, Carole Omondi, if you want to contest that you are a lawyer, I know you are, and I employed you as a lawyer some time back. Excellent. Go
Yeah,
on,
thank you.
Kaluma.
Yeah, so Honorable Speaker, on the matter of public participation, please, Honorable Karoli, allow me to contribute also. Yes.
Go on.
Honorable Speaker, on public participation, no matter has undergone public participation as this one. And I was thanking you for it, Honorable Speaker, because the records of the House will bear, Honorable Speaker, that for a whole 14 days, you facilitated the joint committees that were dealing with this matter, the committee in charge of national planning and the committee in charge of finance and privatization, Honorable Speaker, to sit outside of this House. And Honorable Speaker, we received as a committee written memoranda from over 100 stakeholders, all of whom came, or the majority of whom appeared before us, and we listened to as they gave their views. Honorable Speaker, when that was done, you allowed us to go throughout the country. And Honorable Speaker, a total of 30 counties were visited by members of the joint committees. And Honorable Speaker, I led the team, which moved from Mandera through Wajir. We then went to Western Kenya with the team which I led in Kakamega County, in Vihiga County, in Kisii County, and in Homa Bay County. And Honorable Speaker, other teams forming membership of the Joint Committee also went across Kenya, visiting other counties and taking the views of Kenyans. Honorable Speaker, let me go on record as confirming, as been stated before, that everywhere we went across Kenya, they are saying this transaction, the divestiture of 15% of the government, national government shareholding in Safaricom, which currently total 35, should go ahead and go ahead as fast as possible. Honorable Speaker, what shocked me, and something which has been mentioned here, is how unequal our country is. Honorable Speaker, when we were in Mandera, it hit me that up to the time this administration led by President Ruto was coming in, there had never been a tarmac road built by the national government in Mandera County. And so they told us, with the current administration, even before this divestiture, Honorable Speaker, they are seeing tarmac road and they feel they are now Kenyans. Honorable Speaker, we proceeded to Wajir. And in Wajir County, Honorable Speaker, for the first time, a stadium that is as good as the one in Kitui is being built. I'm saying, Honorable Speaker, to agree with the members who spoke before, that
Yes,
indeed,
Oundo, what is your point of order?
Honorable Speaker, I'm just curious, and I want Honorable Kaluma, being a lawyer of eminence, to explain to me what are the requirements of citizenship of Kenya. Is it being built a road, the only requirement for citizenship of Kenya, or the other parameters? Probably to help us so that we know those of us who don't have tarmac roads, then are not Kenyans. It could help us to understand. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
This is not question time. Just
Honorable
continue.
Speaker, I don't know what has become of Dr. Oundo.
Just go on.
Yes.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I'm speaking to the matter of inequality and the unequal manner in which infrastructure in particular has been developed by the previous government administrations across the country. And I was confirming that it was said here before, and I agree. When we went to Wajir, for the first time, Honorable Speaker, people have been thinking about affordable housing. Do you know the tallest buildings in Wajir are of affordable housing? And I was confirming, pleasantly surprised, Honorable Speaker, that the Madaraka Day for this day will be held in Wajir, and the stadium is better than the one in Homa Bay, better than the one in Kitui, better than the several ones we've seen around. And there are over 25 today, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I therefore say that the people of Kenya are saying we proceed
and Parliament should approve this sessional paper so that, Honorable Speaker, these funds can go to the National Infrastructure Fund, which by law we have established and the President has assented into, so that we can target those very big projects. The Jomo Kenyatta International Airport across here, we can target how we can create dams in areas which have been marginalized. We can target these highly viable projects like the dualing of Rironi Road up to Western Kenya, Malaba border, as we also have expressway on Thika Road, and of course we develop, further our infrastructure. The only worry from the people, which was expressed here, Honorable Speaker, was whether this money will actually go into infrastructure. And Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the wisdom of the House for intervening in the proceedings so that we have the National Infrastructure Fund law. And so this money will not go to the consolidated fund account, but it will go straight to the National Infrastructure Fund, and it will be ring-fenced there. I thank all members who contributed, and Honorable Speaker, you extended time. I thank all Kenyans who gave their views, and I thank the House and the facilitation to date. Honorable Speaker, with those very many words, I beg to reply. I thank you.
Members on their feet, take your seats. Order. Take your seat, Dick Maungu. Honorable members, I'll now put the question at order number 8, which is that this House adopts the joint report of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning and the Public Debt and Privatization Committee. Order. On the consideration of sessional paper number 3 of 2025 on partial divestiture in Safaricom PLC by the Government of Kenya laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 10th March 2026, and A, resolves that pursuant to the provisions of Section 87A of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 412A, the House approves the session of paper number 3 of 2025 on partial divestiture of Safaricom PLC by the Government of Kenya, and B, further resolves as follows. Effective date, that the effective date for the approval shall be 1st April 2026, or such later date when all regulatory approvals that form condition precedent in paragraph 4.1 of the share purchase agreement shall be obtained. Completion upon obtaining all regulatory approvals, that's Roman 2, that the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury shall, upon obtaining all regulatory approvals in line with the condition precedent in paragraph 4.1 of the share purchase agreement, undertake and complete the transaction through the block trade platform of the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Upfront payment to be made in lieu of future dividends, that's number 3, that the Government of Kenya shall receive Kenya shillings 40 billion and 200 million as upfront payment in lieu of future dividends on the residual 20% shareholding as per the dividend purchase agreement. Proceeds to be paid into the National Infrastructure Fund as Roman 4, that notwithstanding anything contained in the share purchase agreement and the dividend purchase agreement, the proceeds of the divestiture shall be paid into the National Infrastructure Fund. No redundancy of existing staff, that's Roman 5, that to safeguard against loss of jobs for existing staff, there shall be no acquisition-related redundancies in Safaricom PLC. And Roman 6, preservation of the existing business model with Safaricom PLC dealers, agents, and other business partners, that the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury shall ensure that within 10 years of the divestiture, there shall be no material change to the current shared prosperity business model in Safaricom PLC that will prejudice the existing Safaricom PLC dealers, agents, and other business partners. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We go back to statements. There was only one statement. Just call it out and we dispose it off because Honorable Kandie has requested that he will request for it tomorrow.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Go on to, now we go back, honorable members, to order number 2. And I now allow you to eulogize your departed colleague, the Honorable Kiarao. Yes, Mark Mwenje.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the people of Embakasi West, I wish to convey my condolences.
Can I, hold on, Mwenje. Members, can we do it for 2 minutes each? 2 minutes? Okay, Mwenje, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I was just saying that on behalf of the people of Embakasi West, I wish to convey my condolences to the family of Honorable Kiarao, his wife, his children, and the people of Olkalau for the loss of the Member of Parliament. Honorable Speaker, I met Honorable Kiarao way before I was elected. We campaigned together. I got to know him even during the BBI process. And for those who knew, Honorable Kiarao was an outgoing person who genuinely intermingled with everyone. While we were campaigning in Jubilee, Honorable Speaker, under the Azimio coalition, it wasn't easy for some of the members, especially who came from that region in central Kenya. But then Honorable Kiarao was bold when we went out campaigning for Raila, who was the late Raila, who was our presidential candidate. And I remember going to his constituency severally during those campaigns, Honorable Speaker. Once elected Honorable Speaker, he was one of those people who I believe in this house, we formed a close bond together with the Honorable Mwago and Honorable Kwenya. And we were able to interact severally. Honorable Speaker, for those who knew Honorable Kiarao, when it came to matters, roads and infrastructure, he was an expert on those matters. I consulted him severally on matters to do with this committee, the Transport Committee. And during all those interactions, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Kiarao was one of those people who was willing, even as a third termer, he never saw those of us who are serving our first term as so junior. He would take his time, sit with us, and engage with us. So this loss, Honorable Speaker, we saw him, we thought he was getting better, Honorable Speaker, and even when he was dealing with his illness, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Kiarao would still come, smile, and interact with members. So for me, I feel we've lost a very good member of this house, and as a party, Jubilee, we've also lost a good member. And with that, Honorable Speaker, once again, I pass my condolences. Thank you.
Member for Kikuyu, Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, allow me also to join the House in condoling with the family of our brother, the Honorable Kiarao, and also to condole with his wife, Jackie, his children, and the greater people family, the Kiarao family, including his brother Mwaneki, who is a neighbor. Honorable Speaker, also convey my condolences, mine, my families, and on behalf of the people of Kikuyu constituency, to all the people of all Kalau constituency for this rather great loss. As Honorable Kiarao has been described by many people as a great pillar in his family, and by his family, I mean not just his immediate family, but the larger Kiarao or his extended family, because he's a family I've known for many years. He's also an astute businessman, Honorable Speaker, and a very accomplished architect in this country. Honorable Kiarao leaves behind a retinue of magnificent buildings designed by his farm, architecture firm, and he leaves a very rich legacy, not just to his family, but also to the people of Olkalau. Honorable Speaker, also allow me to condole with my brother, and my deputy, the Honorable Owen Baya, following the loss of his mom. And I know, Honorable Speaker, there is nothing as devastating as losing a parent. And we stand with Honorable Owen Baya at a time of loss, and pray for him and the family of Honorable Kiaraho and that of the former Senator for Kirinyaga, the Honorable Karaba. Pray that God will give them the fortitude to be able to move on with life, even with the loss of this great gentleman and the lady. Honorable Speaker, to pray that may the Almighty God comfort these three families.
Give him. You're done? Yes, Kipipiri, member.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On my own behalf and on behalf of the people of Kipipiri, I send a message of condolence to the family of Honorable Njuguna Kiaraho, the great people of Olkalau. Olkalau is neighboring Kipipiri constituency. In fact, we share one ward with the same people in Kaibaga ward, and it is sad and a sad moment for the people of Olkalau. Honorable Speaker, I joined this house with Honorable Kiaraho back in 2013, and as a caucus of Nyandarua, where I served as the whip, we always met every month at Jacaranda Hotel for a cup of tea as we speak matters that concern Nyandarua. Honorable Speaker, in remembrance of Honorable Kiaraho, I want to ask the government of Kenya, and I wish the majority leader could be listening, that they complete the Geta Donyujero Road, which was lobbied by Honorable Kiaraho, myself, Honorable KK, a former member for Kinagop, back in 2013. May the government review its wish to complete this road in 2028 and complete it this year in remembrance of Honorable Kiaraho. May his soul rest in peace.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to join the Kenyans in this house to condole the family of my good brother, Mr. Honorable Kiaraho. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to pass my condolences to the great people of Korau, the great people of Nyandarua County, and more so, the beautiful family of my brother Kiaraho. Mr. Speaker, we received this news out of sadness because, again, Mr. Kiaraho has not been feeling very well, but we thought he would come through. And I would like to thank my good brother,